Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I did have one of my subscribers discuss this filming style and say they rather enjoyed it, so I'm going to try a series of videos filming like this. And if you have not guessed, I am here to talk about with you today the 2017 film S.O.S. The Salton Sea Walk. This is I need to clean the floor in this room. This is the room that was most trashed by my foster cats. I have one of them sitting up there looking at me now. Mookie, you're an ungrateful guest. Anyway, so S.O.S. The Salton Sea Walk, the 2017 highly acclaimed film, is a documentary about the Salton Sea. And if you don't know what that is, it's the largest lake in California. I don't know 100% if this is true, but what I was told was that there was a disaster decades ago. And, there was this huge dam break. They didn't know what to do about it, and this flooding, and it created the largest lake in California. And ever since then, we've had this lake. And the lake has been having problems for many decades now. And we finally diverted enough water away from this lake so that it is likely going to dry up and cause a problem. And people might say, well, for one thing, why should we care? Well, look, the industry around this lake used to be wonderful. It used to be a massive inland sea with a lot of yachting and boating. I actually think I might have gone there as a child. There are pictures of me next to some body of water that I don't remember. And, the first thing that happened was all the runoff from the farms invaded the sea and caused these huge algae blooms, which caused these fish die-offs and bad smell. And that damaged the tourist industry so badly that the yacht club is no longer there. And to tell you how famous this was, Desi Arnaz, who played Ricky on Lucille Ball on the Isle of Lucy show, was known for loving that yacht club, or at least so I'm told. So, again, the Salton Sea used to be this huge tourist thing, and then agricultural runoff kind of destroyed it, but it became a very important wildlife estuary, a bird estuary for all the migrating birds that come down from Canada and go to South America there. And you might say, well, yeah, but it's not a natural lake. Well, yes, that's true, except for the fact that there are two enormous lakes that have gone dry for other reasons that these birds used to visit. One is further down the way, close to the Mexico border, and one is further up in the mountains, and it caused a huge ecological disaster. Okay, so again, this is a long explanation of things, but what is going to happen is that the lake is going to dry up completely, and the dry lake bed will therefore concentrate things like lead and cadmium, causing a toxic dust. And toxic dust means toxic dust storms. Now, if you look at the Salton Sea from an aerial map, you'll notice that all around it there are thousands of acres of farmland. And these farm vegetables. So a question quickly becomes, do you want this toxic dust getting on your food, getting in the soil that your food is growing in, and, making us all sick? And so if you value the food on your table, if you value your vegetables, you have to understand that this is going to impact not just California, but likely the grocery stores across the entire country. So it affects all. I live in California. I live like a 3-hour drive from the Salton Sea, but I live in California, so this affects me right now. But it also will affect you if you eat vegetables. And in at least some way we all do. We all have lettuce on our burgers, okay? So don't think this doesn't affect you. Now, then this one gentleman I believe his name is Blake Alexander. Whole thing is about him taking a walk around the Salton Sea, but or is it Randy Brown? I don't know. But anyway, it's about a person who decides he wants to bring awareness to the problem by taking a continuous walk around the Salton Sea and sort of showing us what is in that area. It's more than a 100-mile walk around the sea to show you just how big it is. And yes, you know, you're dealing with mud and geological... Mookie, shut up! Oh, you want... Hey, you want to jump on that? Is that what you want to do? Oh, God, you're drooling on my computer. Mookie. Come on, Mookie. See? Nice solid surface for you. Come on. Mookie is an English cream kitty, and he is ruining my video. Anyway, and it shows you a lot of the topography and the rivers that flow into the Salton Sea. And what we need to do to save the Salton Sea, the problem there, of course, is that it is quite expensive. I did think I looked at an estimate at one point that said it would be $3 billion. But you also have to understand that in addition to people not dying of lung diseases from the dust storms, Mookie, what are you doing? You will have a $10 billion rise in property value, likely a return to... Okay, you're going to come down here now? This is not my cat. Likely a return to a lot of the tourism of the area, bringing millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, to California every year. So saving the Salton Sea by creating a pathway to the ocean and flooding water in is definitely a good idea economically for the state of California. Now again, once you save the Salton Sea, if you can get rid of the horrible stench of the algae blooms and the fish die-offs from the water going not that great for fish, then you will of course build a huge tourist industry. And that tourist industry can, you can say that everybody has to give so much money as part of a local property tax to water purification. And you will make your money back if you save the Salton Sea. So I would personally think that we should have some kind of a Save the Salton Sea project that we could all buy into. I mean, I think if every Californian gave $5, or if the average of every Californian gave $5, we'd have the money to save the Salton Sea. And then, we'd all own a part of it, and then we would eventually get our money back. Now, I know nobody likes that kind of an idea, and that's not discussed in the film, but the fact is, we do need to save the Salton Sea, and sacrifices have to be made. So, yeah. I have talked enough about the environment. Is this a good movie? Well, it is a bit of a slow burn. It is a movie for those of us who like... There is now another cat crawling all over my computer. It is a movie for those of us who like documentaries. It's... If you want action and... If you want action and explosions and destruction, well, plenty of destruction, I guess, but you want action and explosions, then this is not the movie for you. If you want to see a man walk across a post-apocalyptic landscape destroyed by the hands of man, well, yes, this is a perfect movie for you. And I personally give S.O.S, the Salton Sea Walk, 2 thumbs up. I very much enjoyed the fact that I watched this movie. In fact, before I brought it to you, I watched it twice. You can now see it free if you have Amazon Prime. So either go to
S.O.S.
thewalk.com, and there's a link, or go to Amazon Prime and watch this movie and give some light to the fact that we have this major ecological disaster that we can all not have to deal with if we invest now. All right? That's just my opinion. I'm Richard.
Greetings, capitalist pigs! cannot see the blood of my enemies Borgoth, reminding you to like and comment on this video. And you can find more of me on the Power Sister Horsies exclusively on Absurd TV. Directed by Mark Schaefert.